Hey, Pilgrim, how you doing? Listen, we are already in Black History Month 2022, and one of the things that I wanted to do as a faith leader is that I wanted to pull some of our pillar members in to help us and aid us, and to talk with us a little bit about, some of the history, possibly of the Pilgrim Baptist Church Hamilton, and also to help us to better understand, what it is, our mandate, what it is we've been called to do as a church, and also just to understand whose shoulders that we're actually standing on. All right. So we have with us today Miss Katherine Rumph is with us today. All right. And she's already told me she is not much of a camera person, but as you can see, all right, she is just as lovely as ever. And so Miss Katherine Rumph moved to Hamilton, Ohio, became a member of Pilgrim Baptist Church in 1942. All right. And she is still standing, and God bless, and we love her immensely. And so she moved here from Troy, Alabama. Imagine that. And we have other members that also moved from Troy, Alabama, to be members of the Pilgrim Baptist Church. But there are a few things that we want to just talk with her today. All right. So, Miss Rump, you can just wave at the people and just, they see that you're here.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you had stated that you moved to Hamilton in 1942,
Yes.
and you became a member of the Pilgrim Baptist Church in 1942.
Yes.
All right. And so, uh, what was the reason that you had moved from Troy to Ohio?
I came here because of my sister, Willa Mae Shirley. She married my brother-in-law, and they came to Hamilton. And later on, she called me, and I came to Hamilton. And so I came here to live with them.
Awesome, awesome. Okay. And so you came here to live with them, and then obviously you made a career. And so, from my understanding, now you worked in politics, or you work for the government.
Politics.
You
I
okay?
hate that word politics
You
because
don't like the word
because
politics?
I
Okay.
don't like that word
I'm not too
politics.
fond of it either.
I do not like it because people make a mockery out of it.
Right.
I came here because I hate Alabama. All the racist, issues was going on, and my sister said that she think I was born to hate Alabama because of that. So as soon as my mother and father, my father was dead, but my mother was still alive, and sister knew that I hated the place so bad. She called and asked me if I wanted to come and live with her here, and I did. And so, my idea of what I wanted to do was when I was a young girl, I hated it so bad, and I looked at people and I go, if they can do it, I can do it. And I wanted to make it better for the Black community, and that was my goal. My goal was to open doors for other people once I opened it for myself. And I've been doing it all my life, trying to open doors. When I came to Hamilton, I was trying to open doors. So I've been doing that all my life. And as far as, so therefore I've gone into different careers. I've done insurance. Matter of fact, I was going to so many things just to open the door for the person behind me. So I was
Awesome.
into insurance. I was real estate, um, and hospice here in Hamilton. When they started, I was on that board. I was on board for Habitat. So as you see, I tried to go where I could help someone behind me. That was my idea. All my
Okay.
life, that's been my idea.
Okay. Somewhere
And
where
so
you,
coming to Hamilton, I felt I could do it here.
absolutely, absolutely. So you wanted to be in a position where you could actually, lift others just as you were climbing, or as you were, paving, making your own way. You made sure that there was no the people that you were connected to, that you did not leave them behind.
Right.
Absolutely,
That's my idea.
absolutely. And so now a few questions that we do have, and so um, name one of your fondest memories of growing up in Hamilton.
I lived with my sisters. See, when I came to Hamilton, as I stated, my sister Willa Mae Shirley was here, but then my sister Lola came before I did, and so they would. I lived with my sister Willa Mae, But then my brother-in-laws went to service, both of them. So therefore, the three of us ended up living together. And so we were friends and we did everything together. And so it was really, and of course, they were my mother's per se. And that's what they thought anyway. And so we would travel together. We'd go fishing, whatever. My sister loved fishing, I didn't. But we would do all these things together. And it just made a happy time for me because we were always together in Alabama when I was there. We had a big family.
Mhm.
And
So even when y'all came to Ohio, when you came to Hamilton, y'all were still together.
yes, and that made it better for me because I had left my other family, and the three of us being together as usual, it just made it good for us. So I'd be going to school, they'd be going to work, then we go entertainment down Cincinnati, Dayton. And so we just had a good time.
Awesome, awesome. And so I know that this question was on the board, but when you talk about, sticking together and staying together as a family, and doing some of the things like fishing and activities like that as a family and as one, would you say that those are important factors to building a family and things that are necessary,
I think it's very
for family structure?
I think it's very important because when the family stays together, they can support each other and love each other. It's just love there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
The
Which
unity.
Absolutely, which is something within our generation today that we probably see less of it. But I think that that's something that we need to practice more of and preach more of it. Is the love and the bonding within the family structure and how it nurtures for a better human being and also nurtures one to become a healthier adult as well.
8 of us was at home at one time.
8 of y'all
At one time.
were in the house at one time.
And we ate together. We did not eat one at a time. We had our meals together 2 times a day because most time people work and us, but we would eat together. We did not eat one at a time.
Wow.
We sat down, we had our grace, 6 o'clock in the morning when my dad would go to the field or whatever, and we would eat together.
Wow.
And so when we came here, it was great to be together because otherwise, my sister-in-law would be here. Well, one was here, and my one sister said, "I'm going where my sister is." My sister Lola, she lived still was there, but they were very close because they was closer together because there was me and brothers between she and myself. So those were the two that ran together. Well, I got another sister who is Mary Andrews, who her husband's a pastor. He died, but the one on Front Street.
Okay.
That's now we two were close together. So those two were close, and she and I were close because we like 2 years apart.
Okay.
And they are like 2 years apart, but their brothers are in the middle.
Okay.
And so it just was natural for us to be together. And so I was glad when they called me to come, and then she stayed on with my mom, and she got married down there. Wow. But anyway, we were a close family.
So what does when families sit down at the dinner table and they eat together, what does that do? Would you say what type of bonding was done, at the dinner table?
Talking about everything, and being and I had an attorney once because I would say, my dad and mama taught me this, like they would say, do not lie, and then there was something with that. A lie is worse than a thief.
A lie is worse than a thief.
And we sit down and we just ordinarily talking, and this stuff would be said by my mom or my dad. And he said that the reason a liar is worse than a thief, said a thief can only take something from you, but a liar can get you killed. I'll never forget that.
My goodness. So a
and
thief
things
can only
like
take something from you, but a liar can get you killed. Wow. Did y'all hear that? That's powerful. All right. Keep that one. Put it in your pocket. All right. Put it away. Tuck it away. You get that one for free. Okay. So the questions that we had here. The next question is, find this. Let's talk about being a member of Pilgrim. All right. So who's the pastor of Pilgrim when you came in 42? Do you remember?
Reverend Showers. He wasn't here very long.
Reverend Shivers. Okay.
I think that's the right
Yeah.
Showers.
Shivers.
Yeah, he wasn't here, but what? Very short time.
Mm-hmm.
He was the pastor then.
Okay. All right.
And then after him, I think we had Casey. Did we have Casey after that?
Yes.
See, I remember. We had Reverend Casey after that. And then came Reverend Hodges.
Okay.
And he was here for a long time. And he was a good pastor too. And we have a lot of members under him. And maybe my baby daughter. Did my baby daughter, well, both of them, my baby daughter, Lawana, and Denise, both, and Reverend Townsend. I don't mean Townsend, Reverend Townsend. They always baptized by him.
Okay. Okay.
And of course, I was baptized in Alabama. But that's who the pastor was at that time.
Hodges? Or
Shivers was the one here when I
okay.
first came.
Okay.
But Reverend Hodges came. I think Reverend Casey might have came after him. And then Reverend Hodges, I believe.
Okay. Okay. Yes. And then he went to Cleveland, and then Pastor Townsend came.
Yeah, but I think he was, 42 years? Reverend Townsend, Reverend Hodges. Reverend Hodges.
Reverend Townsend was here 46, I want to say.
Reverend Hodges. But he was here a long time too.
Yes.
And then he went to Cleveland.
Okay.
And then he went to outside of Washington. There were some days because I went up there and went to visit with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So, in growing up and then coming through, coming up under, what, 4 pastors there? What are some fond memories that you can, recount, that bring back to memory something that maybe it was under one leadership, or but some fond memories. Maybe it was the church being packed on homecoming, or church anniversary, or or choir anniversaries, or things of that nature.
But I remember Reverend Hodges was here for a long time. So we did a whole lot of stuff under him. And like the properties being bought and all that. And then Reverend Townsend ended up doing it after that. But a lot, right now, don't ask me. I can't tell you exactly because we had so much going on in our church between Reverend Hodges and Reverend Townsend. We had a lot of things going on, and there was something for everybody to do.
Something for everybody to do.
All ages. In the Missionary Society, we had the children band, youth choir, senior guilds, now the junior guild, which came under me. But the senior guild was here all the time when we came. But we organized the junior guild.
Okay.
I was one of the organizers with that. Reverend Plessy Starworth. She was over the Missionary Society. That's where we organized the guild with her. Junior guild.
Okay.
And the children band, we had, and down south they called it the Sunshine Band. I was in that down in Alabama as well as the missionaries here. But I was not in the children band because I was too old for that.
Okay.
I was in Missionary Society. But then later I was over the children band. Then I left and I came back over the children band again. And after that, I was over the district for the organizers of children's band for the Cincinnati district.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked in missionary all my life.
Okay.
So I was in Sunshine Band in Alabama, missionary. I remember on Sunday, one Sunday a month, we'd put on the little white dresses and walk in, and we would walk from the sidewalk to Alabama. We walked from the sidewalk into the church, and the children band would be like behind the missionary with our white on. And that church is as it was when I was there. We had our baptized, like a pool upstairs. Ours was in Alabama, it's still there.
Wow.
Oh yeah, we had a we had a nice building, great building, and Pilgrim went to visit.
Awesome.
We went down on the Reverend Townsend.
Awesome.
The church went to Alabama. And
Awesome.
the organist that was here was Clinton Bean.
Yes.
He grew up in Bethel Baptist Church, where I was in Alabama, and he was a musician there, and he was here as well. So
Wow.
we all went down to Bethel. Bethel
So
Baptist
all
Church.
of y'all came up from Troy. He was a musician at the church where you were at in Troy. And then when he came here, he ended up being the minister of music here.
Now, when he was little,
Mm-hmm.
he was too little to do much music there, but as he grew up in Troy, and then went to school, they sent him to school. And when he graduated, he came in, he was musical minister in Hamilton as well as Pilgrim.
That's
He's in the
awesome.
school system.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So any other memories that you have, of growing up in Pilgrim? What positions have you held as a member, or what leadership roles have you had besides the Sunshine Band?
I taught Sunday school.
You taught Sunday school.
President of mostly secretary, a lot of times secretary, missionary society, and also topic leaders and some different things. Children. Now my leadership here mostly was children. Off and on from year. Maybe would be there a year, but the last time I was here, I became the district children band organizer. And then when I went on the council, I gave it up because I was too busy doing another thing. But Sunshine Band, Missionary Society, Sunday School, BYPU.
Okay.
We had that even in Alabama. We had that here too. So I've been into different positions, but that's one thing that I wanted to do as a child. In order to do things to help other people, I knew I needed to be in that, and I enjoy doing. And I love organization. I like
Yes.
it, and I like it to write, of course.
Absolutely. You are an organizer
And I was a
by nature.
I can't even say it right now. Parliamentarian.
Parliamentary procedure.
Cincinnati district.
Okay.
And I love it. And I like things done right. So I was the president of a little saving bank, Christmas saving when I was a kid, 12 years old, and I was the president. I was the president.
So you learned how to save money early.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
My mom and daddy say save a dime out of every dollar.
Save a dime out of every dollar.
Say pay yourself first.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Last question, and this is the one that we really want to home in on. Is there anything that you can think of that the church cannot survive without?
We cannot survive without the foundation of this Pilgrim Baptist Church and all of the older members who passed on and who taught us. Because we got the missionary, we got all these people who laid the foundations for us, like Deacon Sherman, I think about, is the Bible study. We had a Bible study class. As a matter of fact, I started that. And I asked Reverend Townsend, could we start a Bible study, because a lot of people can't come on Wednesday night. So we started on Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, somebody got to teach it. And I said, well, we'll ask William Sherman to teach it. And he did. He accepted. And there are people who came to Christ by going to this Saturday morning
Bible study. Isn't that something?
And then we got Pleasant Stalwart, who was over, and you talking about me being Pleasant Stalwart Missionary Society. I used to say I want to be like her because she was a missionary from her heart, and she would look at you and say, "What are you doing? You got to be right." Then there came. These are some of the people that you look at and say they did it right.
Yes.
And at this time, we don't have a lot going on at this moment because of this, but we got people who know how to do it.
Yes,
because
indeed.
they taught us how
Yes.
to do it.
Absolutely.
And that's important.
And
we could not do it. We wouldn't have this without that.
You said something that really struck me. You said that there were people that actually came to Christ through the Bible study.
Yeah.
And so what was going on is that there was a lot of discipleship going on. You know, it was hands-on. And as they say, you were taking one person at a time, evangelizing to one person at a time.
From his teacher.
Yes.
Okay, I can tell you an example. My son-in-law, he had gone to church, but sometimes people go to church. After I get old enough, I'm not going to do it anymore. Well, my daughter continued. They were in Annapolis, Indiana. My daughter moved there. And she continued to go to church, but he didn't. And they moved back to Ohio because she got transferred to a position at Procter & Gamble. And at Mount Zion, Glendale.
Okay. That's
where they were. And he started coming to Bible study with her at William Chum's teaching, because she was here before that, of course. Okay. And then when we started this Bible class, she came up here. He went back, he was a deacon. He became a deacon down at Mount Zion, Glendale, after he started coming here to Bible study. So anyway, it would be full, that one would be full. Downstairs, we'd have, on Saturday morning, we'd have like 40 people for Bible study on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock.
They couldn't get to Wednesday, so they came on Saturday morning, and you'd have about 40 people just for Bible study. That's phenomenal.
And William would teach that, plus he would teach Sunday school. Mm-hmm. He was a good teacher. And I remember Reverend Helser said he'd been trying to call William to preach, but William said he was called to teach. And people came everywhere to hear.
It's a calling.
He's a calling.
It's a calling. Really Teaching is a calling.
So, point being made, these are the things that we were doing at Pilgrim.
Absolutely.
And we had, on Sunday morning, sometimes you could not find a seat. And especially when something went on. Yes,
absolutely.
Would you believe chairs in the aisle?
Absolutely. I believe it.
And we enjoyed being there. And all the youth, mm-hmm. We had plenty of youth around here.
Absolutely.
And everybody enjoyed coming. That was one of the great things, coming to church. I love coming to church.
You talk about a church that was literally, packed on Sundays, mm-hmm. Chairs in the aisles. You talk about people being excited about being at worship, etc. Would you love to see Pilgrim see those days again, days like that, not those days, because we know that we can't see those days again, but to see days like that again, where people are actually excited and their main purpose is to, be encompassed by the word of God.
Sometimes I think, I wish I could get on the phone and call everybody, come to church. So we'd have church like we used to have.
Absolutely.
You get excited when you have something going on and the spirit is moving, and it's just bring people in. Who was that? Somebody, I don't know, somebody from another church. They were sitting there and said, they used to, was it Victor Davis? Or someone mentioned the fact that they would see all the people coming to Pilgrim. So you couldn't find a seat unless you came early. Mm-hmm. You see all those people on that picture over there?
Yes, I have.
And men, stand full of men.
Yes, men, strong men.
Strong men.
Community men.
Yes.
Men from all walks of life.
Yes.
Men that were probably white collar and men that were blue collar.
Oh, yes.
But they were men, and that were spirit driven.
And working.
And spirit led and family oriented. And that's something that we really need to get back to teaching. in the church.
Miss those days.
Absolutely. Listen, we this has been a great candid conversation, and so you can look forward to next week. I cannot tell you who is actually going to be our guest on next week, but you can look forward to next week. But we want to thank Miss Katherine Rumph for coming to be with us today. And if how old are you again? How tell the people how old you are? It's a
This month, on the 19th, I will be 94. Would you believe that?
February the 19th of this month.
Yes.
She'll be 94.
Yes.
Look at God. Look
God
at
is
God.
good.
God is good. Yes, He is. Yes, He is. He is great. Listen, we love y'all. God bless you. May God keep you, and may God continue to